Shut my curtain. That's my curtain. If you hear something there. All right, so this is number 213 YouTube Live yoga routine. And before we begin the yoga routine, got a new sweatshirt. My daughter got it for me on Christmas. She got some stuff on it. Had to wear it today. Okay, so before we begin, I want to share one more quote from Pema Chodron. I shared a quote from her yesterday and a quote from her the day before. Supposedly they're from her, but it doesn't matter. It's the truth in what I'm sharing. And this quote is from When Things Fall Apart, Heart Advice for Difficult Times. And I'll share the entire quote and then focus on it, connect it to yoga, and then we'll go into the yoga routine with this concept in mind while we do the yoga routine. The quote, hope and fear come from feeling that we lack something. They come from a sense of poverty. We can't simply relax with ourselves. We hold on to hope, and hope robs us of the present moment. We feel that someone else knows what is going on, but that there is something missing in us, and therefore something is lacking in our world. Powerful quote. A lot is there. But what I want to focus on is how hope robs us of the present moment. And it robs us of the present moment because in the present moment, nothing lacks. And that's what she states in the beginning. Hope and fear come from feeling that we lack something. In other words, we don't lack anything in the present moment. In the present moment, everything exists. See, in yogic philosophy, the future does not exist yet. The past is already gone. It doesn't exist. In the present moment, there's no future and there's no past. That's all mind. So when you're in the present moment and you're thinking of a future, you're thinking of something that doesn't exist yet. And when you're thinking of the past, you're thinking of something that doesn't exist any longer. So in the present moment, eternity is in the present moment. It's in that millisecond, boom, or that picosecond, boom. That moment, boom, everything exists in that one present moment, boom. And in that present moment, nothing lacks. Only time you feel something lacks is when you're not in the present moment and you're thinking of a future that doesn't exist yet, or a you that doesn't exist yet, or you're thinking of a past that doesn't exist any longer, or of a you in the past that doesn't exist any longer. In the moment is where everything exists simultaneously. Boom! Eternity is in that picosecond, or whatever is less than a picosecond. I don't know. But pow! Tap into that. And that's what I'll share this morning. So you want to be in the true present moment. Now that doesn't mean a future doesn't exist. Doesn't mean you don't strive for a positive future. Doesn't mean that. That's not what I'm talking about. I'm talking about a form of a meditation, an understanding of where you stand in the present moment, you lack nothing. You lack nothing. Fear doesn't exist in the present moment. Hope doesn't exist in the present moment. Lack does not exist in the present moment. Doesn't lack. So, when you realize that, then you realize you are eternity. You are capital E, eternity. You are oneness, capital O. You are yoga. You are the connection, capital C. You are God, capital G, in the sense that you are one with God. Now, in the Western world, let me put this up, or Western thinking, when you say you're God, people think you mean you're the creator. But you are. You are the creator in the sense that you have the power of creation. I'm not making this stuff up. I learned this. This is C.S. Lewis and Tolkien. You are God in the sense that you are the creator because you have the same element of creation. Same way God created you in his image means, what is his image? Is the thread and the ability to create. That's his image. And how do you know that you're God? Is that you can create, just like God can create. And again, that doesn't mean you are God, like you're capital G God and you created the universe and all that, but you do have the element of creation, and that is the image of God. According to C.S. Lewis, I'm not saying I believe that. I'm not even saying to believe that. I don't care what you believe. All I'm focusing on is trying to connect it to the yogic philosophy. And today, when we do yoga, we're going to try to tap into that picosecond, that moment, that true moment where nothing lacks, because you're not thinking of a future, you're not thinking of a past, you're realizing your thoughts are not who you are, but you're the thing that's watching the thoughts. So in that picosecond, I was going to say millisecond, but in that picosecond, or however you say the word, you tap into that moment, capital M, and that's where everything exists. Everything exists in that moment. So we're going to try to tap into that today. So today, like always, until I get a new camera, we're going to do the sun salutations, 2 of them. And then we're going to go to easy pose, and we're going to do some stretches and movements in the easy pose, where the stretching and the movements are no longer just stretches and movements, but they're becoming a form of a moving meditation. So let's go ahead and begin. Feet are shoulder width apart. Toes go up, spread the toes. Each toe touches the floor one at a time. Knees are bent, hips are tilted. Arms are relaxed. Shoulders are relaxed. Neck is relaxed. Then you're lengthening up. So go ahead and lengthen up. So pull the skeleton up. So think of a string on top of the head. You can't see my hand. I can see myself right here. You pull yourself up. You don't bend down. I'm bending down so you can see my hand. Pull yourself up. Lengthen up. And then let the bones sit on top of each other. And let the skeleton stand as if you were just your skeleton. And you're finding that stability in the center of the skeleton, wherever that may be for you. Everyone's going to look different. And I'm moving back and forth on purpose just to show that you go with the flow. So if you're stable, then that's perfect. And if the body's stable, that's perfect. But true stability is in when you're about to wobble. For whatever reason, you're going to sway a little bit. You go with the sway. That's true stability, because flexibility can't break. But when you're trying to fight against swaying, let's just say for whatever reason, you go with it. This is a mindset that you take off the yoga mat. So when you're in life, sometimes you have to sway. You have to be flexible. You go with the flow. That's what you're learning in this pose. And just focus on the breathing, watching yourself breathe. And you watch yourself breathe by watching the belly. As you inhale, the belly expands with air. And then when you exhale, the belly goes in. Just watch that. Don't control it, just watch it. Bring the palms together, thumbs to the heart center. You're going to push the arms out, up and back. Inhale, inhale slowly. It's the first stretch, so go nice and easy. Listen to your body, listen to yourself. Then hinge forward from the lower back. Today we're going to do the ragdoll, and the arm just dangles. The back is relaxed. Head is relaxed, so no tension in the neck. And you're not pulling yourself down, pulling yourself in. Just letting the body go where the body goes. You're learning acceptance. You're learning to let go. Just let the body go where it goes. Don't judge it. So if you're up higher, doesn't matter. Just let the body go where it goes. Even if you're all the way down and you're thinking, man, I'm doing this perfectly. Nope. Judgment. Let it go. It's awesome. I'm not saying it's not awesome, but that's not what we're doing. We're doing yoga. Yoga is a mindset. It's not what the body does. It's not the poses. It's a mindset. Now palms to the calves, elbows into the sides of the legs. You're going to arch the back, raise the head. Inhale. Inhale as much as you can. Then exhale. As you exhale, you pull yourself in and down. Push all the air out. All the air leaves. Forehead go to the knees. And again, arch the back. Raise the head. Inhale. Then exhale. As you exhale, you pull yourself in and down. Get all the air out. Push all the air out. And again, arch the back, raise the head, inhale. Then exhale, pull yourself in and down, get all the air out. This time when all the air leaves, just relax. Watch yourself breathe. Keep yourself pulled in and down, but you go into the spot right before you feel like, man, I shouldn't go any further. Find that spot, settle, accept, and focus on the breathing. And when you are accepting, you're becoming one with the pose. So it's almost like you're not pulling yourself in or down. The palms to the sides of the feet. Left leg is back into a low lunge. With a low lunge, tap the foot to the floor, knees to the floor. Hips are square, pushing forward diagonally. Back is arching. You're to your palms, maybe to your fingertips. Maybe you're up like this. Doesn't matter. Just make sure the front knee doesn't go over the toes and lengthen up some if it does. And feel opened. Accepting where you are. When you accept, boom, you tap into that moment, capital M, which is yoga. These are just words to describe yoga, and yoga is just a word to describe all those other words. You're describing an experience. So you have to let go of the description to enter into the experience. Meaning you have to let go of what you're thinking it is. Just a path to get to the experience. But then the path is the experience too. Complicated, it's not complicated. When you understand it, then it's not complicated. When you try to explain it, and then you hear yourself explaining it, and you're like, hey, that's not the experience. Tricky. So high lunge, just for a second or so. And then downward dog. Downward dog, you're pushing into it. Arms are straight, legs are straight. Tailbones to the ceiling, heels are towards the floor. No tension in the neck, but you are pushing into the pose. But you push into the spot right before you feel like, hey, I shouldn't go any further. Find that spot, settle, accept, and just focus on the breathing. Then you're going to slide into the upper dog, drop down to the knees in the chest. It's a strength transition, so go nice and easy. Tops of the feet are to the floor. Of course, the palms are to the floor. That's the upward dog. Just the palms or feet are touching the floor. Now, if you need to modify it, you go down to the small cobra, and the chest is going off the floor. Palms are touching the floor. but you're not using them. Just focus on the breathing. Or just do the upward dog and do the best you can. Accept. Don't judge. Accept. And then back to downward dog, pushing into it. This time you're really, really pushing into it. Arms are straight, legs are straight, but you're only pushing to the spot right before you feel like, man, I shouldn't go any further. Find that spot. Settle, accept. You just focus on the breathing. Think of nothing else but of the breathing. Then left foot is up between the hands into a low lunge. To the low lunge, top of the foot to the floor and the back, knees to the floor, hips are square, pushing forward diagonally, back is arching, head is up. Front knee's not over the toes. If it is, lengthen up some. And again, just focus on the breathing. Think of nothing else but of the breathing. Feeling opened, tapping into acceptance. Don't judge yourself in the poses. Just accept. Don't try to be somewhere. Just become one with the pose. And then curl the toes under, knee goes up, high lunge just for a second or so. Then standing forward bend. Pull yourself in and down, get all the air out. All the air leaves. And then release. And then just watch yourself breathe, keeping yourself pulled in and down. But you're settling. Once you're in and down, you settle, you become one with the pose. And it's almost like you're not pulling yourself in and down. Then palms together, reach out, up and back, inhale. Then turn the palms out, push the air down and out, exhale. And again, inhale, last can't speak. Last sun salutation. Can't speak, never could speak, don't care. No, of course I care. I want to be able to speak. And just pull yourself in and down. Now in this pose, it's important because when you inhale, the belly swells with air. It pushes you out of the pose slightly. Then you exhale, belly goes in, and you go back into the pose. You just focus on the breathing, watching that. Don't control it. Watch it. Let yourself breathe. It's a very subtle movement, very important. For me today, I find that I'm swaying. I'm going like this. I'm going back and forth. Not that much, but I'm going a little bit more. I can feel it. I'm aware of it. I'm not focused on it, but I am aware of it. Low lunge, left leg is back, feeling opened. For whatever reason, it's almost like when I tap my foot. A lot of times when I sit down, I tap my foot. A lot of times because I don't want to be where I'm at. But sometimes it's just, I don't know why I do that. But that's what I'm doing as I'm doing yoga. But what's different is when I'm doing yoga, I'm aware that I'm doing it. I'm not letting it become who I am. I'm just aware of it. It makes me analyze it, understand it. Then think about, hey, why am I doing that? Yoga makes you tap into awareness, capital A. And then high lunge, downward dog, pushing into it. Awareness is just, capital A, awareness is just another word for yoga. Yoga is just another word for capital A, awareness. Don't get stuck on the words. Don't get stuck on the pronunciations. It's an experience. I'm going to slide into the upward dog or modify it. to accept. Downward dog, pushing into it. Left foot is up between the hands, low lunge, opening up, feeling open. Don't judge it, accept where you are. Remember, you're in the moment, present moment, the now, capital N now. Feeling opened, very important. On high lunge, then standing forward bend, pull yourself in and down. Get all the air out, and then release. And then watch yourself breathe. Your palms together, reach out, up and back, inhale. Then exhale, turn palms out, push the air down and out. Then to mountain pose. Again, find a spot where the skeleton just stands as if you were just your skeleton. We're going to go to easy pose or the lotus. If you can do the lotus, you do the lotus. Unless you don't want to, then don't. Sometimes you don't want to do it. I get lazy in the yoga, especially when I teach. I don't go into the poses as deep as I should because I'm teaching. So sometimes my mind wanders into what I'm saying. So I get the benefits of the stretching and the coordination and the balance, but sometimes I don't tap into the yoga part because I'm trying to instruct. Then sometimes when I do, my instruction flows. But then sometimes I forget where I'm at. That's not being in the present moment. But when I teach and it does flow and I know where I'm at and I'm in the present moment, it's awesome. It's an awesome feeling, but it doesn't happen all the time. I want to make sure I'm saying the right things. Sometimes it's just becomes automatic. I've been saying the same thing in a lot of these poses for the last 20 years. So it's automatic. I just say it. That's why sometimes when I'm not present, I say the wrong thing, thinking I'm in another pose. I'm saying what would be in another pose into a pose because it becomes automatic. And that's cool, sounds cool, but then you're not present. And I'll share a quick story. We don't got much time, well, 7 minutes, but I knew a guy. I still know the guy. He's in a band. He's been in a band the last 40 years. But he says when he's at a bar, he can watch TV, watch a game or something while he sings. Becomes automatic. So he's watching the game, singing. You think he's in the music, but these are all automatic, robotic movements. Pretty cool concept because that happens in yoga too as an instructor. You don't become present. And that's something, as an instructor, you need to be present, man. You need to experience that oneness with everyone else. Even if others aren't experiencing it, they're trying to, and they're getting there. You need to bring that energy when you teach. That's what I feel. My opinion. My opinion is worth, nobody cares. In a positive way. Nobody cares in a positive. That's positive. Nobody cares. It's positive. Because it's real. It's true. Does somebody care? Yeah, somebody cares, but still, it's positive. Acceptance, baby. So in the easy pose, hands are to your knees, back is straight. Maybe you're against the wall. Maybe your leg is out. Maybe you're leaning back. Wherever you are, just get comfortable. It's called the easy pose. So feel easy in it. And then tilt the head to the right ear to the right shoulder, back is straight, left shoulders down. Just focus on the breathing, thinking of nothing else but of the breathing. And when you focus on the breathing, 100% focus on the breathing, it heightens your awareness. And that lets you feel the stretch on the left side of the neck. And let you feel what's going on in the body. And then bring the head to center, tilt the head to the left ear is to the left shoulder, right shoulder's down, back is straight, focusing 100% on the breathing. That heightens your awareness. It lets you feel the stretch in the right side of the neck, lets you feel what's going on in the body. Maybe you feel an ache in the knee, maybe you feel an ache in the back, or tension in the shoulder blades, whatever. But you're not those things. You're not focused on those. You're aware of them, you handle them, you adjust, but you're not those things. Then head to the center, tilt the head back. Back is straight, chin is going straight up. Very important mindset. So when you're off the yoga mat, certain things come up that are not comfortable, you handle them, but you don't let those become you. That's what you're learning. Then bring the chin down to the chest, back is straight. Bring the head to the center. Then neck rolls, drop the head down to the right, down and around, head drops down and goes around. You're exhaling. As the head goes up, you're inhaling, linking the movement with the breathing, becoming one with the movement. It's becoming a form of a moving meditation. And then when the head goes to the top, you're going to reverse. Exhale as you go down and around. Inhale as you go up. Again, focus on the breathing, thinking of nothing else but the breathing, linking the movement with the breathing. And it's becoming a form of a moving meditation. And then when the head goes to the top, bring yourself to center. And shoulder shrug, shoulders to the ears, back and down and around. Shoulders go up, you're inhaling. As the shoulders go back and down, you're exhaling. Same concept, link the movement with the breathing. And then when the shoulders go to the ears, you're going to reverse. Exhale as you go down and around. Inhale as you go up. And then when the shoulders go to the ears, bring yourself to center. Then trunk rotations, drop it down to the right, down and around. You go down and around, back is straight. You're exhaling, reaching out with the back. When you're going up, you're inhaling. Again, link the movement with the breathing. Think of nothing else but of the breathing and make you aware of the movement. So the movement and the stretching is becoming a form of a moving meditation. So when you're at the top, you're going to reverse. Exhale as you go down and around. Inhale as you go up. Focus on the breathing. 100% focus on the breathing, thinking of nothing else but of the breathing. And linking the movement with the breathing. Keep on saying it because it's important. That's what you're doing. And then the trunk goes to the top, bring yourself to the center. Then you're going to go half spinal twist. So back and straight. Left hand's on the right knee, right arm goes up. Think of the spine, pull yourself up. Then twist, palm goes to the floor, center of the back. Arm is straight and it's against the back. And make sure the head is twisting. And you're focused on the breathing. 100% focus on the breathing. Again, twist the head. It's very common to not twist the head in this pose. And just focus on the breathing. Think of nothing else but the breathing. Then go ahead and release, snap the center. Right hand's on the left knee, left arm goes up, pull yourself up, then twist, palm goes to the floor, is on the back, arm is straight, it's against the back. Head is twisting. Again, focus on the breathing, 100% focus on the breathing. Make sure the head is twisting. Then go ahead and release, back to center. Back straight, hands in front. Some people do this, you can do that. Do whatever you like. Just get comfortable and stable. Now for the yoga seal, you're going to reach behind you, grab the left wrist with the right hand, lean forward for the yoga seal. And you're sealing in all the benefits of the yoga poses and keeping the peace that you gained through the rest of the day. Then go ahead and bring yourself back up. Hands go back in front. And just watch yourself breathe. So we're just going to stay here a little bit longer. So watch yourself breathe. Remember, you're already breathing automatically. You're not controlling it. You're just watching yourself breathe. So just let go and watch yourself breathe. Then what'll happen, most likely, is you'll start to think about other things. And then when you realize, hey, thinking about other things and not watching myself breathe, don't judge it. Just bring your focus back to your breathing. And it'll happen again, most likely, and then just bring your focus back to the breathing. And you continue until you're watching yourself breathe. And then you're watching your thoughts, realizing, hey, I'm not my thoughts. It's all happening at once. You're watching yourself breathe, and you tap into this realization, capital R, that you're not your thoughts, but the thing that's watching your thoughts. So we're just going to stay here a little bit longer. Bring the palms together. Stay. That's it. That's number 213 YouTube Live Yoga Routine. And I will see you tomorrow at 5:30 a.m. Arizona time, Mountain Standard Time. So namaste, peace and love.